Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Hey Crispin and I'm back again. And how you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a wonderful week. Of course, guys, forget about my voice. My voice is a little bit, like dried up, because, yeah, we went out,
Yeah,
like,
my
partying
voice
all the
too.
night out. So I'm a little bit, kind of down. But like, you know what? I want to always give you guys like good content, So of course, I'm back again because it's your boy Hey Crispin, okay? And today I have somebody with me today, and her name is.
Manuela.
Yes, and we're going to be talking about her life and probably what the topic is about today. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. So guys, if you just tuned, this is the Hey Crispin channel, and of course, like I said, it's all about inspirational lifestyle vlogs and experiences in life, okay? And of course, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, okay? I call my people the Crispinators, okay? Don't forget to subscribe, subscribe, And of course, my pre-existing subscribers, I love you guys, and of course, without you guys, I wouldn't be here, okay? So continue to support Crispin, okay? So without time being wasted, let's just jump into today's topic. And in fact, I'll just let you do the talking. So the floor is yours.
Ooh, okay. So my name is Manuela. I'm originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo, but I grew up in the U.S. And now I'm in Belgium.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could you tell us what brought you to Belgium?
Okay, so what brought me to Belgium? So currently right now I'm actually on in the program called the Fulbright program, and so I'm a Fulbright scholar, which means that I have the opportunity to be here in Belgium to teach English at a university and to just kind of also share my knowledge of US culture, but also get to learn about like what all that Belgium has to offer. So I'm with the Fulbright program, and so that's what brought me here to Belgium.
Well, and of course, I kind of understand you because I'm also like a foreigner in Belgium here, and I know probably like you growing up in the US and coming to Belgium, I'm sure there's a lot of what's called like a culture shock. Could you tell us some of the things that you find weird, strange, different in Belgium compared to where you were? Wait.
No, really, I think that there were, coming here to Belgium, there were some things like I wasn't expecting, like, or I guess I had read about it, but it's different when you're here. One of the things is just stores closing really early. Oh my gosh. Like, I remember arriving and I needed something, and stores close here like 6 p.m. And I walked in, I was confused, like, but it's closed, but why? And then just, I guess, as well as maybe in the US, I feel that when you're walking down the street, it's so easy to just, you see someone you know and you wave, you can start a conversation,
I know,
you can
right?
compliment. But I think in Belgium, in the Flemish regions, I noticed that sometimes it may come off as strange if you do that here. So I guess that's something that I've gotten adapted to, but I will say that once you get to know people in the Flemish region, once you get to know Flemish people, like they definitely become more warm and open.
Okay, I totally understand what you're saying, and the store closing thing. I also find it a little bit strange in Belgium. That's like usually I know most parts of the world on Mondays every stores are open. Like it's the fresh of the week. But in Belgium, your
Yes.
Mondays, like literally 80% of all the shops are closed. And Sundays rather that you're supposed to rest. There are more shops open on Sundays. I also have this problem, so I kind of understand where you're coming from. And then of course, obviously you talked about the shop being closed on up to 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
And what's next? Today we are going all in, like no filter, like it's all over, So just be yourself, It's just.
Okay.
What else? So you touched on the stores or the shops being closed at 6 o'clock. What next?
I would say that it's completely true. If you're in Belgium, you have to try the frites, you have to try the waffles, and you have to try the beer. Like that's something that I've absolutely loved. And then
Do you drink beer?
I'm actually not really a big drinker, but everyone's just like, okay, when you're here, there's certain beers you just have to try, and and so I'm like, okay, why not? So, and then I would say another thing I've had to get adjusted to is the weather. I mean, some days it's rare when the sun comes out. Sometimes and when it comes out, you're so happy and you really take that day and you enjoy it and everything. So the weather here can be, very cloudy. It can rain a lot. So I had to get adjusted to that. One of the first things that they told me, one of the biggest advice for clothes, they were like, bring a raincoat. Like, bring a raincoat. And
yeah, because like, let me just interject before you continue. In Belgium, okay, like the weather in Belgium is very, very funny because at 1 minute it's very cold, the next minute it's warm. Sometimes I'm like, what is happening? Sometimes I just carry my heavy jacket and then I step out, and after 1 hour, 2 hours, like it will be raining cats and dogs. It will rain cats and dogs. As soon as I step out, like 5 minutes or like 10 minutes later, like the rain stops, and then, like you just see this brightly sunny like just shone down upon us. I'm like, wait a minute, where was I? I thought I was here like 5 minutes ago and it was raining. So the weather here is a little bit unpredictable. That's the word.
Unpredictable.
Yeah, like the weather is unpredictable. Like you really, really, really have to be very careful when you're going out, because hey, this is Belgium. They always say I didn't say it. Okay, they were saying that don't trust the girls and don't trust the weather. Because these two things, I'm not saying hey, don't come for me, okay? It's just a disclaimer, okay? It's just a disclaimer. I don't even know what I'm saying, okay? So people say that, right? So, like, don't trust the girls and don't trust the weather. I think this saying has been very common in most countries that I've been to, like Istanbul, South Africa, Egypt. They all say this kind of. So don't come for your boy, okay? It's all about love. So the weather can be very, very frustrating. Now, before you talked about the weather, you talked about the food, okay?
Yes.
How is the food like? Because obviously America has the Caribbeans, what's called the African feel, the Asia. It's a multicultural, right? Can you tell us a little bit about the food? Well, like what are some of the things that you found not strange but indifferent, when it compared to Belgian food and where you come from?
Okay.
Because for me, for example, I'm not a fan of frites. I don't like frites.
Oh,
like
really?
I don't really like it.
Oh, I love
it. I
especially with like the different sauces they have.
Yeah, when you put it on the plate for me, like I can only eat a portion. Like when you go to like KFC or McDonald's, how they make the portion very small. I eat like that. But here, the frit is more like a main dish. They have it like in a big bowl, like the main dish, you understand? I just want to have like a 2 or 3 fingers of, chips, and there's just movement, but not to say that we eat a whole bowl of, I can't keep up, that's the word. I can't keep up. So I'm not a fan of frites. And are there any favorite Belgian food that you've tasted so far?
So far actually I haven't tasted a lot of like what I feel like is, authentic Belgian food. That's something that I need to.
You really should do.
Put myself out there.
My favorite Belgian food is stuffed vlees. I love stuffed vlees. Now stuffed vlees is like beef cooked in the beer.
Ooh.
So it's very good, and apparently it takes like hours to cook.
Beef cooked in a beer.
Yeah, it's very nice. Like the sauce is like, of course, like you won't get drunk, It's like putting red wine into bolognese, something like that, like just to give it a flavor, something like that. But it's my favorite food in Belgium. And cordon bleu. Cordon bleu, my friend says it's not a Belgian food, but I don't know. The first time I heard about cordon bleu was in Belgium.
In Belgium?
Yeah, and I even had it 2 days ago, with Joe.
Oh,
it was so nice. So my 2 favorite food in Belgium is the cordon bleu and then the stuffed vlees. And funny enough, all these 2 meats kind of dish are being eaten with rice or frites.
Oh, with frites?
Yeah, with frites. Funny enough, we always say fries. We come to Belgium now, we always say frites.
And then we changed.
Like it's nice. So yeah, I kind of understand you. And so you talked about what's called the food, the weather, and then what's next? And how about the transportation system in Belgium?
Actually, I find the transportation system in Belgium much easier, you know. Belgium is small enough where you can get around really quickly to different cities. I live like in Heel, and it was so easy to go visit Crispin.
Yeah, because I kind of understand because Belgium it's a small town. I mean, like
it's
yeah,
a small
it's a small country, and unlike America or Ghana, our roads are like straight. But in Belgium, you can go from here to there, like it's very short road. It's a straight road, okay. But in Belgium, the road is like this.
Yeah.
It goes all the way up, so it's a little bit kind of snake kind of road. So it makes the journey very long. For example, I used to go to the gym, you know, but where I'm living now, I live in Zottegem, okay, and Zottegem is almost close to Ghent. I mean, if you know East Flanders, yeah. But we don't have a gym here, okay, and the nearest gym is like Ordinarde or like Dandeleu, and I don't have a car, and I'm not a fan of riding bicycles. You understand? It's actually far, you know, like to even ride bicycle to go there, okay. And I told myself, like, you know what, I want to go to gym. Now, guess what? If I take the bus from my house to the gym, it's like 45 minutes. Yes. Yes. It's 40, because you know what? The bus stops every 1 minute. It stops every 1 minute. Every
I
stop
bike
1 minute.
everywhere. You know, that's a thing that I've noticed here too is like biking.
Yeah, biking. It's like
the
Holland.
norm. Yes.
It's the norm here.
And I
you know?
love it. So I'm like, why do I have to go to the gym if I bike everywhere now? No,
But I mean, I think you look.
I have a workout.
You look very.
when I bike everywhere.
Everything is very perfect with you, so I think like you are blessed.
No, I'm kidding.
So yeah, that's the problem. So I stopped going to gym because if I have to go to gym and I have to sit in the bus for 45 minutes, I would go then I work out for 1 hour, and I still have to come back for another 45 minutes. It's like I spend half of the day there.
Yeah.
So it doesn't actually motivate me to go to the gym. So I stopped going to the gym. So what I do is that I just do home fitness at home. So, but I've stopped working out. What I do now is that I just try to eat very healthy. I try to.
You try to.
I try to eat very healthy
But he's
because
a good cook, so he can just cook up anything.
yeah,
Whatever it is.
I try. Oh,
healthy.
okay. Now I'm blushing. You know, I'm blushing. And so yes, I try to eat healthy, but I try, okay, but it's difficult, you know. Sometimes I just want to pass by in the kitchen and I just dip my hands into the cheese and
Or like today for breakfast, we had like
yeah, it's called
pastry. What was it
pastry.
called?
It's called
It starts with B.
it's in the Dutch they call it bolle de banaan. I don't know how it's in English, but it's kind of a donut with
Cream
kind
filling.
of something like that. I'm gonna put a picture there. Okay, I don't know what it means, but maybe probably you guys watching will know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it's nice, but I don't even eat pastries like that. Like because she was around, that's why I'm eating pastries. I don't like. I was just trying to be a gentleman. Okay, so yeah, that is it. And yeah, so the food, okay, obviously. And what about the people?
The people. I would say right now, I think that it's just one of those things like you have to like, you know, really get to know people. They're not going to obviously quickly warm up. That's something that I've just had to learn. But once you do get to know people, they become very warm, you know?
Yeah,
So,
I you know, it's I don't know whether it's a personal thing because I kind of I get along well with the foreigners in Belgium because you know why? We understand each other, okay? And what I found is very interesting in Belgium is that, for example, if you compare Brussels to Flanders to Wallonia, they are totally different people.
I would say that yes, there's a different vibe that I get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because for example, if you go to the
versus-
bar or you go to the restaurant, like yeah, bar, you know, like bar scene. Because me, I am a life of the party, so obviously I'm going to mention bar. You know, the people in Brussels are more open, like it's more like an expatriate town.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a very expat town.
Yeah, you understand. So they are more very very welcoming and all that. But here in Ghent, it's like they only open up to the people that they are comfortable, which is okay, no problem. But
You just have to do like a little bit more work.
you really have to do a little bit more work.
Yeah.
But Flanders people, Brussels and Wallonia, they're very open. You know, when I go to Flanders and when I go to Wallonia and Brussels, I feel very, very like
They're very chill.
Yeah, very chill people. But Flanders is so if you don't know how they operate here, you might take it as being rude, but it's not a rude
Yeah,
thing.
it's not a rude thing. Then that's something that you just have to like.
Adapt. I guess if you want to stay in
not a
Flanders, you
rude
just have
thing.
to adapt it. That's all I will just say. Well, that's good.
There's
And
some things too. I was like, you know, in the US, I would consider that okay. That is rude, but it's not a rude thing here for
yeah,
sure.
And if in case you are new to my channel, of course, this is the Hey Crispin, of course. We're talking about life as an expert in Belgium, okay? And in today's topic, it's not about me, okay? It's about her, okay? So yeah, so she's telling us about. I mean, she's from America, obviously. So and she doesn't know most of the things here. And the language. Tell me about the language. I forgot totally.
Oh yes.
And the language.
So Belgium is interesting because it's like trilingual, and so you have like the Flemish regions, which is Flemish and or like
Dutch. Yeah.
Dutch. You have Wallonia, and so you have French. And then you also have German. I haven't been to like the German-speaking regions. You have Brussels. So the language here. It's interesting because when you're in like Flanders, everyone here speaks English, so it's really easy to get around. And they also speak Dutch. But I think going to a grocery store and seeing everything in Dutch, that was a new experience. I
know.
Get used to.
I know. But the problem here, I always say this: Flanders is a little bit strict when it comes to the language barrier. In Flanders, like they expect you to speak Netherlands, at least be able to speak Dutch. My Dutch is not very good. I speak very basic Netherlands, but it's like I can do away with what is your name? I would like to buy this. How much is this? Can I have the change? Where can I find this? The basic ones I can speak, okay. But my problem in the language is that I can't, what's the word? I can't communicate with people a lot because I communicate and then it got to a place and I got stuck, I can't continue conversation again. And then I just like, oh my God, why am I speaking this language, okay? Unlike Brussels or Wallonia, Wallonia also has a friendship issue because I went to Wallonia to see my friend and they don't also English is not very good there, but trust me, okay, even if we are talking about all this, okay, irrespective of them wanting you to speak Dutch, in Flanders they speak a lot of English here.
Yes,
English is very big here, it's very big. It just, so I think the reason why we are having these issues because of where we live, okay. If we live in what's the word, a countryside.
Oh, the country.
If you live in this country, like not like the center of Ghent, you have these issues, of course. But if you live in Ghent center, I don't think you're having, because Ghent is. I was told that Ghent is more of a student's town, and they have
I can see it.
Erasmus and foreign students coming to Belgium to study. So it's more like a multilingual, like she said, very very open place. So I don't think it's really a problem if you live in Ghent. But of course, if you live like outside Ghent, that's where the real shit happens. You understand? That's where the problem is. So. I mean, it's always like that. Of course, as I was saying earlier on, and Wallonia, yes, they speak more French there.
They do.
Yeah, but in Brussels, oh my God, Brussels is like English and French.
Yeah.
And I just want to add this one, okay? I don't know, but I had this issue in Belgium, okay? When I came to Belgium, okay, like up to now, I still have this one. Once in a while, it happens to me. A lot of people see me and they assume that I speak French.
Oh, really?
Yes. I've right in front of my door, they were like, bonjour, bonsoir. And I'm like, wait a minute. I always have this, my French word. I always say, je ne parle pas le français. I don't speak French, Like, I always get, because the only thing I know in French is, je m'appelle Crispin. Je suis du Ghana. J'habite in Zottegem. Finish. That is my French that I know. And of course, I know the aujourd'hui, the bonjour, the bonsoir, It's just like those, like those words. I can even count how many French that I know, I can count it because it's not Ghana. We don't speak French. We speak English. A lot of people assume that because I'm from Africa, I speak French. I mean, some people do, but where I come from, French is like literally not. It's not there. It's like 5%. Like I mean, people speak French. But then again, I wish I could speak French now that I'm in Belgium. I wish I could speak. I wish I've taken my French lessons very serious in Ghana. But then again, my teacher was very aggressive. I mean, if you're from Ghana, you know that the French teachers are very, 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 very aggressive. Yeah. So, like, the thing I don't even know in the first place, and like you try to make me nervous, there's no way I'm gonna know. So, I don't know. That is the thing. And so, so the language, don't worry about the language. The language is very good. And I mean, if you are going to stay here for long, you adapt it. You understand? It's difficult. It's difficult to adapt, like moving from a different language to a different. For me, even my Dutch. Sometimes I speak in English. You know how English we have what's called the subject and then like the like the subject and the verb, right? And in Dutch, sometimes it changes.
Oh, there's subject verb tense.
Yeah, it changes sometimes. So it makes it that the language very difficult to. So what I do is this, okay? If I want to say something in Dutch, I try to think about it in English, and I use the same formula. But of course, usually it's not correct, it's not right.
Yeah.
But whoever I'm talking to understands me in that concept or in that manner. They kind of understand me. So
Do you feel though that like if you don't speak with very good Dutch, people then switch to English? Does that give you the opportunity to then practice if you're
actually that is also a problem here, okay? Because like my Belgian friends, I don't have a lot of. I think I have 1 or 2 Belgian friends, okay? But when I try to speak Dutch with them, they see that Crispin is struggling, you know. So what do? They switch to English,
Yeah.
making me not to learn my Dutch, you know, because if my friends are not speaking like Netherlands, I know that I'm not perfect, but if I speak, you just try to correct me. But they say that I'm struggling, then like they just switch to English, you know. And I find that very bad and very sad because I want to learn the language, you know. But I mean, people say, look, I've been here for 2 years, only 2 years, and I speak more than people who have been here for 10 years, 15 years, you understand? I can read. When I have my letters, I read my own letters, you understand? So it is not that bad. You just have to have time and just have. I mean, I went to Dutch schools for 4 years. No,
Oh wow.
4 classes.
I might take a survival Dutch course.
Survival, that's the
I
word.
will.
So yeah, it's not that very bad, but it's nice. And well, and how about the money, the currency compared to the US? Cost of living.
I mean, in my town, it's not bad, I guess. It's like my rent and everything, it's cheaper than like in big cities. But I would say like the cost of living in general, I feel it's just
A little bit
a
expensive.
little bit expensive, yes. When it comes to food, like eating out,
Yeah.
it's expensive.
Funny enough, I'm not even a fan of eating out, you know.
No, really?
I
love to treat myself all the time.
once in a, okay.
And
Oh, yeah.
it can get pretty
You see
bad.
how it is? It is called gender inequality.
What?
I'm the one supposed to be saying that I love to eat out a lot. But you as a lady say you eat a lot also.
It's treat yourself. Just
That's a problem. Okay, guys. I mean, this was just for her to tell us her experience. Is there something you want to say before we end this topic for today?
I don't know. I think that I encourage you guys to come to Belgium and check it out for yourself. Like explore, get to know it. Like, you know, we get to be here every day, and I'm excited for these like next couple of months. I'm gonna be here.
Wait a minute. How did you meet? Can you tell our people?
Oh, how we met?
Yeah. How we
Okay,
met?
so my sister, she was 2 years ago in Ghent.
Okay.
And she was doing research through the Fulbright program, and she met one of our mutual friends, Isu.
Crazy one.
No, Isu is great. Really fashionable. Ooh. And so my girl Isu just graduated and got her master's at the University of Ghent, and so she was like, come out and like celebrate with me, and then that's where I met Crispin.
And that's why I met Manuela, you know. Oh, it was like she's a twin sister, so like she has a twin sister.
Twin, yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
I didn't
yeah.
mention that.
And they look very, very identical, you know.
I
I'll
don't
put the
think
pictures
so.
down there. You see the picture. They
I am
look very,
the
very
pretty
identical.
one. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
I'm kidding. I'm not gonna diss my sister. No,
She's gonna
no,
watch it.
No.
she's gonna watch.
No, I
watch
love
it.
you.
I was gonna watch this. So, guys, thank you for joining us today for this wonderful episode. And of course, it's your boy Hey Crispin, and you know, follow me, you know, and subscribe. Okay, tell them. I want you to do the shout out for me.
Follow
like,
him, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Oh, I like how they always say at the end of YouTube, you know.
Subscribe.
Yes, subscribe.
And of course,
Is it gonna be here?
if you have any comments, of course, just leave it in the description or like the comment section down there. Okay, I'm gonna like, if you have any questions, if you are planning to move to Belgium, please let me know. If you have any questions, I will try as much as possible to answer your questions. Of course, if I can't answer it, I have friends who can, you know, help, you know. So yeah, so I love you guys, and Corona is almost gone, but please stay safe, and
I don't know if it's almost gone.
yeah, it's almost hopefully it's almost gone, and you know, stay safe, you know, like sanitize your hands,
Please.
wear your face masks,
And get
don't
vaccinated.
shake, and get vaccinated. Okay, so adios, bye.
Bye.